Let's continue. Now Act 3 Scene 2, it takes place in Belmont, where Portia is begging Bassanio to delay choosing between the caskets for a day or two. If Bassanio chooses incorrectly, Portia reasons that she will lose his company. Bassanio insists that he would make his choice to avoid prolonging the torment of living without Portia as his wife. Portia orders that music should be played while her love makes his choice. She compares Bassanio to the Greek hero and demigod Hercules. Like the suitors who have come before him, Bassanio carefully examines the three caskets and puzzles over their inscriptions. He rejects the gold casket, saying that the world is still deceived with ornament, while the silver he sees as pale and common drudge. Twin man and man. After much debate, Bassanio picks the lead casket, which he opens to reveal Portia's portrait, along with a poem congratulating him on his choice and confirming that he has won Portia's hand. The happy couple promises one another love and devotion, and Portia gives Bassanio a ring that he must never part with, as his removal of it will signify the end of his love for her. Nerissa and Trisanio congratulate them and confess that they too have fallen in love with one another. They suggest a double wedding. Lorenzo and Jessica arrives in the midst of this rejoicing, along with Salarino, who gives a letter to Bassanio. In the letter, Antonio writes that all of his ships are lost and that Shylock plans to collect his pound of flesh. The news provokes a fit of guilt in Bassanio, which in turn prompts Portia to offer to pay 20 times the sum. Jessica, however, worries that her father is more interested in revenge than in money. Bassanio reads out loud the letter from Antonio, who asks only for a brief reunion before he dies. Portia urges her husband to rush to his friend's aid, and Bassanio leaves for Venice. Act 3 Scene 3. In Venice, Shylock escorts the bankrupt Antonio to prison. Antonio pleads with Shylock to listen, but Shylock refuses. Remembering the many times Antonio condemns him as a dog, Shylock advises the merchant to beware of his bite. Assured that the Duke will grant him justice, Shylock insists that he will have his bond and tells the jailer not to bother speaking to him of mercy. Salarino declares that Shylock is the worst of men, and Antonio reasons that the Jew hates him for bailing out many of Shylock's debtors. Salarino attempts to comfort Antonio by suggesting that the Duke will never allow such a ridiculous contract to stand. But Antonio is not convinced. Venice, Antonio claims, is a wealthy trading city with a great reputation for upholding the law, and if the Duke breaks that law, Venice's economy may suffer. As Salarino departs, Antonio prays desperately that Bassanio will arrive to see him pay his debt, and then he cares not.